Alright, so I just wasted my time coming here. Nothing for me to look at all. Absolute waste. So, where did I leave off? With John Cena and Roman Reigns? Well, I got nothing else to say about that, really. I really got nothing else to say about them. They just both suck. WWE fucking sucks. They had Shinsuke Nakamura lose to a botched Cobra Clutch slam. They're putting Roman Reigns and John Cena up against each other because it was just bound to happen anyway. so tired. Tired of John Cena. Tired of Roman Reigns. But now let's talk about something else I'm tired of. The Wonder Woman movie. I am just sick and tired of how overrated it is. Like, it's not a bad movie, but it's not great either. I see no reason why people would just take this movie and revere it as if it's like the Holy Grail or some shit. And it's pretty obvious the reason why. It's because it caters to social justice warrior culture. It caters to that. And I saw Atomic Blonde as well. Holy shit, was that movie boring. It was boring. I went to watch that movie expecting something at least interesting, because, you know, hey, it's another one of these female spy movies. I mean, I saw Salt. I liked Salt. And James McAvoy's in the movie. It might be good. But it was boring. It was incredibly boring. It was, like, insultingly boring. Like, it's like you go into that movie, you think, oh man, it's gonna be some pretty pumped up action. But really, the action was so fucking annoying. All those trained killers who are apparently Russians, they're apparently KGB, and I'm just like, I'm watching how they're doing, and I'm like, are you telling me these fucking idiots are stormtroopers? They suck at aiming, they suck at fighting, but then to add things more, Atomic Blonde sucks at fighting too. Like, her name's like Lorraine or some shit. I forget her last name. I don't care. I think it's like Broughton or something. Lorraine Broughton or something like that. I think that's what it was. I'm like, she ain't shit compared to Evelyn Salt. She ain't shit. If she went up against Evelyn Salt, she'd get destroyed. She really would. She really would. I have no doubt in my mind Evelyn Salt would easily beat her. Just like I have no doubt in my mind that Wonder Woman's not the best. She's not unstoppable. She may be a goddess, but she ain't unstoppable. Not even close. I can name dozens of characters that can beat her ass, but I don't feel like doing that. Really, I don't feel like doing that. Because there are going to be those ass lickers of this movie who are just going to say I'm sexist and that I hate female lead movies. Motherfucker. How many times have I talked about Maleficent and how much I love that movie? That's a female lead movie. In fact, it's the same exact movie as fucking Wonder Woman. Same scenario, but different outcome. Think about that. How does the scenario go? The story starts off with our protagonist, who is a little girl, and then they slowly progress into growing up into something magnificent. Yeah, does that sound familiar at all? Same thing like Jyn Erso as well, with Rogue One. Or Elizabeth Swann with Pirates of the Caribbean. It's always the same old shit, alright? It's the same old shit. So don't try and tell me like, oh man, this is the best female lead movie ever. No, it hasn't done anything that any run-of-the-mill female lead movie hasn't done yet. It hasn't done anything. Alright? I'll just make that very clear. It hasn't done anything different. And the acting, oh my god, was it bland. And I find it so annoying how, like, I keep reading articles about how Patty Jenkins is talking down on the critics. Oh my god, you guys are all sexist. And Gal Gadot's going on social media calling them all as sexist. They're all misogynist. Labels all the critics as misogynist. So you really believe that anyone who criticizes that movie is a fucking sexist misogynist who just hates female lead movies? Or do you think maybe those critics are just tired of the overrating and oversaturation that you've given this movie when it's really not as special as you think it is? I mean, seriously. When Maleficent came out in 2014, there's a lot of haters on it now. Yeah, there are people who just hate it, even though they ignore to analyze it. I mean, I can talk about analyzing it. I analyze the movie a lot. But, you know, they have the rights to their own opinion. If they don't like the movie, more power to them. I don't care. Whether someone likes the Maleficent movie or hates it, it doesn't matter. It's their opinion. They have a right to express it and to have it. But Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot are so intolerant of criticism of the Wonder Woman movie that they go out and just label people. And start going on their fucking high horse and acting all high and mighty as if, oh yeah, I haven't done anything wrong. This movie is flawless. There's no such thing as a flawless movie. There is flaws in everything. Books, movies, TV shows, video games. There's always going to be flaws. There's always going to be that one thing that'll be bad. There's always pros and cons in everything. There are always differing opinions. There are pros and cons with differing opinions. But we just learn to agree to disagree. That's the civil way of doing it. You agree to disagree. But no, not for Wonder Woman. With Maleficent, they did that. You don't see... When Maleficent was getting all the criticisms, where did you all see in social media of Linda Woolverton or Angelina Jolie going in calling all those critics misogynist and sexist and oh my god, feminism? It's just fucking bullshit. You never saw them do that shit, but that was because that was 2014. The PC culture wasn't at its peak yet like it is now. It was probably just getting started. And with Maleficent 2 coming out soon, well, probably, I don't even know. Apparently it's announced for 2019, but I'm like, I'm really not looking forward to that movie. As much as I'm a big fan of the Maleficent movie, I'm really not looking forward to a sequel. Because I don't think it's needed. I see no reason for it to even exist, really. Like, there's no reason for it. I find absolutely no reason for it. But apparently it's just because they're trying to, like, cash in on it. Because the first movie was so successful. $758 million on box office. Pretty damn good. Maybe if the sequel's good, they're gonna do something nice with it. They're gonna get a good box office, probably. I don't know, and I don't really care. But Wonder Woman, man, is that movie overrated? And they keep using box office numbers and all that shit to excuse the fact that it's really not as special as they think it is. I mean, it's the same thing with David Ayer. Remember how David Ayer was all playing Uwe Boll 2.0 when people were criticizing Suicide Squad because that movie was fucking trash? It was shit. But no, David Ayer has to play Uwe Boll. I'm Uwe Boll 2.0, David Ayer. Oh yeah. You don't get to criticize me. I made End of Watch. I directed End of Watch. And I'm like, so? I'm like, no one cares who you are, alright? We all now just see you as Uwe Boll 2.0. I mean, all these people who are just so intolerant of free speech and opinions. why can't you all just grow up? If you're really mature about the whole situation, you would just fucking agree to disagree with any differing opinions. Sure, you would give your point, but then you would want to listen to their point as well. You don't just try to overshadow your point. You don't try to play Don Lemon and think you're just a guy on a high horse who thinks you're always right. And Don Lemon's a fucking idiot. I don't even want to get into him, but this is the kind of shit we're dealing with Wonder Woman now. And I keep going on Facebook. I keep seeing on my feed on whether it's comicbook.com or comicbookresources.com, well, they're the same old shit, really. They keep talking about Wonder Woman. All they ever talk about is Wonder Woman. It's always Wonder Woman this, Wonder Woman that. Oh, James Cameron criticizes Wonder Woman over a stupid claim? Who gives a shit? Really, who gives a shit? Like, get over yourselves. You have all of these intolerant douchebags who are just so... they're so pervious to differing opinions that they feel like they're gonna die if they hear them or read them. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Everyone has a right to an opinion. Sure, you have the right to laugh and probably oppose them, but you don't have the right to shove them down and say that they don't have a right to an opinion. But then that's where a lot of fake social justice warriors are. I mean, Lacey Green got red-pilled, and now they're turning against her. It's always like, yeah, they don't really care about each other. They would only care if you share the same opinions with them because you reflect them. They don't care about you. They care about your opinion because it reflects to their image. Like, if I just suddenly changed my mind and said, Wonder Woman's the greatest movie I've ever seen, I'd be revered like, oh yeah, he's one of us. He's one of us fucking cuck-headed idiots who are just bowing down to all this shit that's going on, rather than opposing it. Fuck political correctness. It ruins everything. It ruins movies, it ruins comics, it ruins TV shows. It ruins everything in the entertainment industry. Even music. It just ruins everything. Comics especially, because comics are fucking shit now. You got all these fucking morons who are just writing this shit ever since 2015. With that whole fiasco with Catwoman that absolutely ruined her. And it's just getting worse from here on now. It's not getting any better. I really wish it would. We got Donald Trump as president, social justice warriors are freaking out. Who gives a fuck about what they think, really? I don't care about what they think. Because they know they can't do anything about it. And the more that they keep complaining, the more they're just going to ensure that Trump's going to stay in office, really, for the next 8 years. Yeah. They would talk about impeaching Trump. I'm like, impeach him for what? He hasn't done anything. You just don't like him. You're just too childish. And now they're blaming Trump for the whole Conor McGregor and Mayweather fight because Mayweather supports him. I don't like Mayweather, but whatever. It's his opinion. People just always try to find different ways to complain about something. And you might be saying, oh, am I doing the same thing? No, I'm just finding them. I'm not looking for them, I'm finding them. I'm not even searching for shit to talk about. I just happen to come across it every fucking time. Really. I'm not looking up social justice warrior rage or Wonder Woman's overrating. I'm not looking that shit up. I just see it with my own two eyes. I would come across it, and I would get annoyed by it, so I have no... so I just feel like I have to talk about it. Because it's getting annoying. And then you got Antifa, the alt-left. They're the ones who support this kind of shit. Well, too bad. The rest of us are sick and tired of it. And the PC culture also applies to WWE. That's the reason why we keep seeing all these emasculated tag teams and whatnot, like the New Day and Breezango. Holy shit, man. Like, just stop. When did it become such a bad thing for people to be straight? It's like everything has to be gay nowadays. Not to say that I have anything really against gay people, it's just the fact that you're really just trying to overshadow heterosexuality at this point. Because whenever someone criticizes it, you're just gonna call them homophobes, and like, what? It's fucking stupid. People just get labeled for that shit. And then they just say, oh, like, there hasn't been any straight thing. They always put in those stupid excuses. There's a bajillion straight movies. Yeah, but then again, yeah, sure. It's original, go on ahead. But if you're trying to just take something that already exists and make it gay, that's where I'm annoyed. You did that with Catwoman. In 2003, you did that with Batwoman. It's fucking horseshit, really. Midnighter's at least original. He's a gay superhero. That's fine. He's original. You got Iceman. I don't know much about him and whether he was really gay or not. There will be some of those who disagree about it, and I'm like, well, I don't know much about Iceman. I can't really speak for him. But I can't speak for Catwoman. She's not bi. I mean, that's why everybody hates New 52. New 52 was a fucking disaster. And it's not just with the Catwoman thing, it's with a lot of things with it, really. But, yeah. And as if Harley Quinn wasn't already a big enough trend, now we have Wonder Woman being the bigger trend. It's because DC is just so desperately trying to match up with MCU with their movies, but they just can't do it. They just can't do it. Like, it's just so funny. They just can't fucking do it. They couldn't do it with Batman vs. Superman. They couldn't do it with Suicide Squad. I guess they are doing it with Wonder Woman because, yeah, box office numbers are pretty damn high. I'll give them that. But the fact that they're overrating the movie so much is what's really annoying about it. It's just like Disney's Frozen, except worse. I just even stopped bothering with comics at this point. Holy shit, that's a Skyline R32. I saw that. How the hell did he get one of those? Wish you could have saw that. I don't have time to grab my camera. Shit. Stoplight. But anyway, that's just it. I I don't think I really have much to say now, but like, I'm just a bit worried about the Maleficent 2 movie. But then again, if it's good, if Maleficent makes it out alright and like nothing stupid happens with the character at all, okay. I'll be hoping for it to possibly do better than Wonder Woman, because it did so damn well in 2014. Really, so damn well. But you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking now, play a little music for you guys, and well, I'm just gonna stop talking, and that's it.
Better build, no excuses, fake players, you lose. Pay my dues, but you was with it.